Okay, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for taking the course.
This is our next installment. When a toner's no longer good, it just stops. Hello, my name is Courtney Stevenson. Thank you for joining me and thank you for taking the course. I am one of the coaches at the Notary Playbook. In today's video, we're going to cover software and tools. Software and tools for notary publics. Any state, it won't matter. You're going to need some of these things, or you're going to need access to tools and software to help you maintain and monitor your business. Let's get right to it. First on the list, if you're a signing agent, then it's very possible you are going to, at some point, have to deal with PDF files. That is the primary way that documents are delivered to the notary for their closings. Sometimes, if you're doing general notary work, your client will request you to print docs before they arrive at your location, or print docs and bring them with you to their location. So they'll email you a PDF. So you need a PDF reader. In my opinion, the industry standard is Adobe. There are several other companies that can read a PDF. Adobe has a certain kind of hold on that whole market, if you ask me. They have more than one version of Acrobat. They have the Acrobat Reader DC, and then they have the Acrobat Reader Pro. Both do the basics. Both will give you what you need to successfully complete a closing. You don't need the Pro version. The Acrobat Reader is free. You would come to getadobe.com. That's their website. Download the Acrobat Reader. Once you click this, it's going to download an installation program. And then after that installation program is downloaded, you would double click that and install the software. Once the software installs, it's going to be a couple of clicks. Yes, proceed. Pay close attention. When you're here, see these optional offers. Unless you want them, uncheck all of this. This is extra software that they want to install on your PC. And if you have the box checked, you're giving them your permission. I don't want any of this. So I wouldn't check any of this. I do have this one, but I rarely use it. If you're not PC savvy, then uncheck all of this. If any of this stuff you want installed alongside the Acrobat Reader, then of course you check the box. So Adobe Acrobat is going to be the first software tool. Years ago, they made a standalone desktop version. Now it is cloud-based. So you won't have it. The whole thing may not be completely on your computer, but there's going to be enough where you won't need to be online to print a set of loan docs. So Adobe Acrobat's going to be first. Then the next one is a tool. It's a tool for your smart device. Several states require a notary to journalize their transactions. That includes your closings. Illinois in 2022 just recently made a change to its law. Now, notaries in Illinois have to journalize all transactions. Before it was optional and suggested, now it's required. Notary Act. Their web address is notaryact.com. This is an electronic journal. You keep it on your phone. There's an online database. The information is stored securely on servers provided by Amazon. It streamlines the entire process. To use this software, it's fairly easy and it is user friendly. You're going to take the ID to verify the ID. You scan the back of the ID. Then you take a photo of the front of the ID. Then you get a signature of your client, acknowledging that you have digitally captured their ID. You've also captured their signature. Then you put in information about the location and the paperwork that you are going to help them process. The GPS from your smart device will populate the location for you. It'll use longitude and latitude, or you can manually key in the address. You go through the wizard, you complete the steps, you put in the information about the document and your client, and then you submit it. It is stored and it is in your journal. It is thumbprinted with the date, it is time stamped, and it is GPS location stamped. So if you ever need to produce a journal for that particular closing, that particular meeting, you can print a paper report, submit it to whoever's asking you for the information. Their pricing, it is not expensive at all. And remember, this is something that you can use. You're going to take this information, give it to your tax professional at the end of the year. $2.99 a month, $4.99 a month, and $8.99 a month. 60 notarizations a year for $3, 120 for $5, unlimited, $8.99. As many, and this is a journal that you can't fill it up. It's cloud-based. So you know how you have that book and you have to remember to take that book and keep that book in your bag and protect that book and all of that other stuff. There is no book. You go digital. When you first start to sign up, excuse me. When you first start to sign up, they're going to have a map of the U.S. That map shows you the states. Where's Notary Act accepted? The green states. The black states, according to their research, you can't use an electronic journal. So when you come here, before you push the button on this, do your own research. Go to your Secretary of State's website, read, search about the journal. Find out if you can use an electronic journal. They'll definitely let you know. So this is the journal that we use. We've been using it for about 3 years now. Even before Illinois made a journal mandatory, we were using Notary Act. Love this. Never had a paperback journal. Never. Hopefully, never have to get one. All right, the next tool. Online. Big tool. This is called a page separator. So when you first start out, I'm all about the business scaling or growing and being able to pay for itself. So when you first start out, they say you should have a dual tray printer. Yes, you should. But if you don't have the money for that, if your budget doesn't allow you to get a dual tray printer, because you're going to need a scanner too. And you should get something that's laser, because if you don't, it will burn up. So I have a mobile printer that I take when I do direct signings with one of the title companies. It is not a dual tray printer. It's a single tray all in one, and it's by Brother. But if I ever need to print legal and letter docs, I would use Page Separator. This is online. Don't ever pay for this software. Don't ever pay for anything that offers to do this, because it's free. The web address is notaryrotary.com, and you just look for their Page Separator. It's under their resources link. Basically, remember how I told you that in Adobe Acrobat you get the PDF file, and that's got your documents for the loan. Well, the PDF file also has different page sizes, and title companies, signing services are a big stickler. You have to print it on the size that's designated by the paperwork. They want the legal size docs printed on legal size paper, unless they tell you it's okay. But as a general rule of thumb, print it the way they want it. If you don't have a dual tray printer, you need to get familiar with a page separator, because what this does, you're going to take your PDF file, you choose a file, then you pop your file into the page separator. This is one that I predetermined I was going to use for this example. So that's the name of it, Mock Docs. Then you process it. Excuse me. Okay, while it's thinking, see down here it says waiting and all of this other stuff. So what it is doing, it is going through the PDF and it is separating the legal pages from the letter pages. Here you go. The total page count is 167 pages. So that PDF file had 167 pages in it. The letter count, there were 98 pages that were printed on letter size paper. The legal count, there were 69 pages that were printed on legal size paper. What the page separator does is separates those two pages into two files. You download those files individually. So you click here to download your letter docs. See, this is the letter set. You click here to download the legal set. You print them individually. You print them separately. So you break the 167 pages up into two files. Then once you have them separated and you've printed everything that should be on legal, and everything that should be on letter, then you have to put it back together. You do this so that when you send those docs back to the signing service, they get the package in the format that it was originally intended to be in. So you disassemble and then you reassemble, and it gives you the stacking order. For example, the first 9 pages are letter size pages. So you would take the letter size documents that you printed, you take the first 9 pages and you put them face down. Then you go to your legal page documents that you printed. There's 69 of those. You're going to take the first 19 pages of that and put it on top of the letter size pages. Then you take 12 more letter size, 2 more legal size, and you go on through this whole thing. The last 35 pages are all letter size pages. So you go through, you follow these steps, you reassemble the package, and now you have put the 167 page package back together in the original order that the title company intended it to be in, and you don't have a dual tray printer. This is a major, major plus if you're starting out, or if your budget just doesn't allow you to have a dual tray printer when you start and your business hasn't grown or scaled enough to purchase that dual tray printer. This is what you do. NotaryRotary.com. I'm sorry, Notary Rotary. Say that fast 9 times. I know it's 3, but I go hard. All right, the next one. New law in Illinois. For 2022, notaries have to give a receipt or an invoice for their services, for their general notary work. So the guys who aren't doing closings, who don't have that invoice that you send after the completion of the closing, you have to produce a receipt. You got to give customers proof of their service. Mobile Biz Co. Android app. Sorry, Apple users. You guys got to find something else. If someone puts in a request, I've got an iPad, so I'll search around for something similar to this for you. This is free. It is beautiful. It lets you create invoices and receipts on your phone on the fly. You can customize items. Like in Illinois, they changed the rules. Normally, before 2022, a notary in Illinois could only charge $1 for a stamp. They raised that to $5. So now you can go into this software on your phone and create an item in a category. So on my phone, the category is notary service and the item is notarization. And that notarization is $5. And then if I stamp more than one page, then I put item notarization times 3 because I stamped 3 pages or I stamped 3 times. Now that automatically changes it to $15. And you can add other items. If you print something, if you make a copy, if you do a fax, if you send an email and you charge for that extra service, you can itemize all of those things. And then you have your complete bill. You can send it to your customer. You can text them or you can email them a PDF all from the app. And this app is free. It's cloud-based. So if you have a Dropbox account, it'll store all of your receipts and invoices in your Dropbox account. You can retrieve them at any time. MobileBizCo.com. We love this thing. Next, when you're working with clients, by this point, you should understand what a venue is. If you don't know what a venue is, reach out to us. Send us an email, thenotaryplaybook@gmail.com. I'll go over it with you. I'll explain to you what a venue is. When you're filling in or completing the venue on a document acknowledgement that you're about to notarize, you need to know where you are. Now, it's easy to just ask your client, what county are we in? You already know the state. What county are you in? Because you have to fill that in. If you do not, you can use this app. It's free. It does have ads, but you don't have to pay for anything. It's free. And it is very accurate. I use this for closings all the time because I will go through, scan my documents, and sometimes I'll fill in the state and the county ahead of time before I get there so that I save time at the table. I use this, USA zip code. It's in the Google Play Store. This is what the front of it looks like. This is their logo or whatever. Find a USA zip code by city or name. Great tool, free tool. Now, when you first start, in the middle, and sometimes at the end, there are some of you who want to keep track of your documents that you have shipped. This is for signing agents. General notary work as well. If you tell a customer, or if you provide the extra service, wink, wink, if you provide the extra service of dropping their docs off at UPS and FedEx, you want to be able to track those documents because you've charged them like a courier service. 17 track. Android app, free. You key in or scan the barcode and it records the barcode for you, so you can just click it one touch. It automatically tracks packages. I know it works with UPS, FedEx. I think it works with the US Post Office. You got to download it. It's in the Google Play Store. Download it, get into the interface, poke around, and see what else they track. Great tool. Free tool. Free. Keyword free. Did I tell you this was free? It's free. All right, next on the list, we've got Square Solutions. This is for general notary work because the signing services send you a check. The title companies send you a check. If you've got Google customers, if you've got people who just find you word of mouth or whatever, and they want to pay you with a credit card, you need to process cards. Now, there's a fee. You pay a percentage to process a card. There are other companies who will front load that fee. What that means is, instead of you paying for the credit card processing, the customer pays for the credit card processing. So the fee that you quote them will be increased by the processing fee. You'll charge them all of that, but you'll only get the money that your fee should be, if that makes sense. So if they charge you $2 to process the card and you tell the customer they owe you $20, the software, not this one, the other software is going to charge them $22, and then you're going to get $20, and the company's going to keep the $2. On this one, they charge you for the merchant services. They charge you to process your credit cards. Then at the end of the year, they're going to send you a 1099 statement, and you're going to be taxed on that. But Square is huge. They got a really cool card reader. You can tap, you can swipe. It's touchless. It's a Bluetooth connection to your smart device, your cell phone, and the database, the hub on this, it's fairly elaborate. So you can also send invoices from here. You can do an invoice for a cash transaction here in the Square portal on your phone. You can email those invoices. You can actually email an unpaid invoice to a person or text an unpaid invoice to a client. They click on the link in their phone and put in their own credit card information, and you get paid. This is great. It's actually very professional. And, we use this as well. We try to make sure we can get paid any way they want to pay us. Venmo, Cash App, all of that. PayPal, all of that. We want any way that people owe us money, want to pay us, we want to sign up for that service. So don't limit yourself. Do your best to accept all forms of payment because you never know. All right, Square, their website, squareup.com. Now, we get into the important, but this is important not for your clients. These next two are important for you, for the notary. We are going to track your business. We're going to keep track of profits, expenses, for tax purposes. Because as a business, you need to be able to have good records because some things you're going to be able to write off. Now, I know a whole lot about one of these. I'm going to lean real heavy towards the one that I know about. I also have an affiliate link for the one that I know about, but I want to be fair because this one's out here and there are a lot of people using Notary Gadget, a lot. So first we're going to look at the pricing and we're going to do it side by side. So I'm going to split my browser. We got Vmbooks on the right and Notary Gadget on the left, and we're going to click the pricing link in both. Oh, that didn't work right. Let's do it again. Okay. Now, risk-free trial. It's free here too. The difference, $9 a month. You can cancel anytime. $99 a year. If you do under 20 orders with Venbooks, you never have to pay. Under 20. But that's forever. Let's click this. Here we go. After 15, then you pay. Your first 15 signings are 100% free with Notary Gadget. Over here, your first 20 signings. Oh, I'm sorry, your first 19 are free. So you get 4 more free signings going with Vmbooks. Then it's $99 a year. $9 a month, $9 a month. $100 a year. $99 per year. So we're a little bit more expensive over here at Vmbooks. But I do not know the inner workings of Notary Gadget. All I do know is that when we first started, my partner / boss / wife, Andrea, she used Notary Gadget for about 5 months. Then she left and she went to Vmbooks. I'll tell you why she left. She left because at the time, Notary Gadget did not import confirmation emails. If you're a signing agent, you know what a confirmation email is. They hadn't yet launched the technology on their site where you could email your confirmation over to them and it would import and post to your calendar. They weren't doing that. She left them because Vmbooks was. So that same technology that Notary Gadget now has, Vmbooks had it first. True story. Do your research. It's out there. This is the truth. We currently use Vmbooks. Now, that's all I know about Notary Gadget is it's a free trial, just like Vmbooks. You get 15 closings, then you have to pay. So we're going to stop talking about them. Now we're going to go with the monster that I know, Vmbooks. I'm going to show you what Vmbooks has. I do not know what a Notary Gadget portal looks like. I only know the monster I'm familiar with. Okay. This is your dashboard. On your dashboard, it shows your current orders. It's color-coded. Gray means an order that's about to come up. Green means an order that's completed. Purple is completed and paid. And red is canceled. They remove the cancel ones as soon as you cancel them. That's in the current orders. Then you've got a calendar. Same color code. Pending, complete, complete, and paid. This calendar can go back 2 years. I wasn't using it at that time. Well, not in January of 2020. You can go back a year. See? All purple. Those are all paid. January of 2021. You can go through December. You'll see I got green. Green means completed. So all these green, they owe me money. All these people whose names are green, I have not been paid for those closings yet. Now, there's an advanced search. If you're looking for a specific signing that you completed, a specific signing that you have that is in the future, you can hunt it down. You can hunt it down by the company who assigns work to you. You can type in the client's last name. You can type in the order number that comes from the confirmation, property address, city, zip code, state. Then you will click submit. And this is going to give back 0, no query, because I didn't put anything. Oh, well, look at that. I don't even know why that populated. Oh, these are the ones that are coming. I don't even know what it used for that. But anyway, you see how it works. Here's one that was canceled. So, this is the tab for canceled orders. I'm not even sure what you can do with these, but they're here. All right, the next thing is you can manage your account. Your profile. This is the email address for the calendar that I use. So when I get a confirmation email from a signing service, I forward that email to an email address that Vmbooks provides, and it populates my calendar. That's how you saw all of those signings on the calendar. I email the confirmation over. Vmbooks automatically posts them to my calendar. So if I look at my calendar on my phone or my tablet, I'll see my signings. Subscriptions, this is how much you pay. This is the program that you're under right now. Invoicing information. My name, my company, my number. What terms do you want to put on your invoice? And that's 7, 14, 30, or 45. You can choose that. Alias email, so you can forward your closing confirmations from more than one email address. Your address for your invoice purposes. Your logo, you can add your logo to the invoice that they send to the signing services. SMTP, this is because Vmbooks mails your invoice for you to the closing company. So once you take an assignment and you key in the information correctly, or it imports over correctly, as soon as you're done with the signing, you mark it as completed. This website will email the people who owe you money. It'll email them and say, okay, I finished this. You need to pay me. Send me a check. Send my check here. The check that you're going to send me to the location that's here, that's already in the template for your email or for your address, is for this customer name. It'll name the customer at this address, and I completed the closing on this date. It gives them all the information that they need. It tells them what their order number for the closing is, but you have to make sure that that information is put in correctly. Sometimes when you email over the confirmation, it can't read everybody's confirmation because they are not standard. Some people just do it in an email. Some people have a PDF that they email you as an attachment. So you have to make sure that the assignments are recorded correctly. That way they are invoiced correctly. Calendar settings. What email address do you use to view your calendar? Then when you look at your calendar on your phone, what information do you want to see? The hiring company, the signer's name, signing street address, and the signer's phone number. You can control all of these things. You can add more. How much was your fee? What zip code? All of this. Did it want scan backs or not? You can put all of that in your calendar so that when you view the appointment, you know what you need to do. Notification preferences. You can tell it to send you an email after it's been completed. You can set how many days it sends you an email to remind you, hey, did you get your money? Did you get paid? All right, documents. These are the documents that you include with your invoice, because sometimes if you're doing it with a new company and they haven't worked with you before, they're going to want some of this stuff. Like everybody's going to want your W-9 because that's how they pay you. Your background check. Some companies want to know if you have actually even gone through any certification to be a loan signing agent. So you complete it. You can. When it sends your invoice, it'll send these documents with your invoice to the signing company or the title company who needs to pay you. They get all, it's like your resume. They get your whole resume. Any document about you they could ever ask you for, there's your background check, there's your commission or a copy of your commission. I've got 2 commissions, remember, so there's 2 of them. Copy of my driver's license, my NNA certification, my E&O insurance proof, and the calendar. So everything that you need to send them, you can send them from this portal. So they get all the information that they need about you, everything in order to pay you. It goes to the title company or the closing manager or the signing service or whoever receives your invoice. That information will be in the confirmation email, but whoever receives your invoice, they get all your stats. Everything that they need to pay you is already going to be there. And then lastly, import data. I have not used this function. Oh, that's because it's still under construction. I don't even know what that does. Oh, I guess you can create a spreadsheet of orders. Never had to use it. Don't know. All right, so this is the manage your account. Then it runs reports. This is what I use a lot. And for taxes, we're going to go right to the one stats summary. This is what I use for taxes. We're going to do this year, and we're going to do all companies. So these are all of my stats for the year 2022. We're in the 17th. This is going to show you the stats that I would use at the end of the year or the beginning of next year for tax purposes for 2022. Okay, so this year I've agreed on $6,435 in fees so far. I've received $3,700 in fees so far. I've completed 27 closings in this year. I've driven 1,662 miles, which means that as a deduction, as a business deduction, I can currently deduct $929 off of my $3,780. So if I were to file taxes right now today, my income would be $3,780. I will get to deduct $929 for the miles that I've driven. Then I would get to deduct $110.36 for the pages that I've printed, and I would get to deduct $555 for the documents that I've notarized. So that's that's almost $1,600. So this $37 would be decreased by $1,600 because of my deductions. These are the kind of records that you need to give to your tax professional, because they're going to use this information along with your gross income, adjusted gross income, and they're going to come up with how much you owe in federal taxes. All right. Lastly, companies. This is a list of the companies. So, as a loan signing agent, you want to find companies to sign up with. This place has them already in here. In your continuing education video, part of my course, I'm going to show you how to go and get those. This is automatic order creation enabled companies. These are companies that, like, this company is linked to, these companies here are part of Signing Order. We didn't talk about that in the other video, but Signing Order is another portal. Signing Order. We go here, Notary Database and Scheduling Platform. Signing Order. If you get an order from Signing Order, it automatically goes over into Venbooks on its own. The two companies have linked together. All right. These companies are the automatic import companies. So all of these title companies and all of this stuff, they will automatically import into Vmbooks. These companies down here are the SnapDocs companies. These, it's already set up when you email their confirmation over. These usually import with no problems. Then it's got more tabs. Oh, see, there's Signing Order. I'm sorry. This is all the Signing Order companies. Then these are companies that are blacklisted. So notaries have taken the time to go through and give a report on companies who do not pay well. I call them poor paymasters. These are people who other notaries suggest you avoid. Me personally, I'll take their closing. I will. I mean, like this place right here, I've never had a problem with them ever, but they're blacklisted. So you have to do your own research in almost all of these things. I say it all the time. You can't trust one source for any information. Just like I'm telling you how great I think Vmbooks is, I'm positive you can definitely search and find a notary who thinks the same about Notary Gadget. I promise you, they're out there. Maybe they don't have a video to back it up, but they're out there. Okay, that's going to complete this video. My name is Courtney Stevenson. I am one of the coaches at the Notary Playbook. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for taking the course. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you paused in between, because this one was long, but we covered a lot of good information today, and I hope this guys helps you. If you have any questions, please send us an email to the notaryplaybook@gmail.com, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.